tale as old as time, right? Every single parent in the world has said to their kid at some point, I remember when I was your age, milk only cost 50 cents a gallon. Or some version of this, usually mixed in with, you don't want to walk to the store? Back in my day, I used to have to swim 3 miles to get what we needed. You gotta love parents. And now here we are thinking, grocery prices are feeling like they're going up. Gas prices are feeling like they're going up because they're going up. But fear not, the highly frugal people know we can deal with this. We can manage it. And we're going to talk about it in this video today. So yes, inflation is happening, but inflation is always happening. However, inflation hit its largest annual increase in 30 years in October 2021. By the way, what is inflation? It's the rise in prices over time. Today, I'm going to talk about how highly frugal people deal with inflation. And I am honored and overjoyed to be doing a collab today with Hope and Larry from Under the Median. Larry and Hope are parents of 4 boys. They were able to save up, I believe it was $30,000 over a span of like 20 months when they were making less than $40,000 a year. They are so knowledgeable because they've been through it. They've done it. I love to watch other channels that talk the talk because they walk the walk. And Larry and Hope have done both of those things. And they have this incredible channel that shares their frugal living lifestyle, which, hello, the K Squad loves to talk about. If you are not following them yet, please go and check out their video right after this one so you can hear how they deal with inflation with their frugal style. There's a lot of categories going up in prices, but I'm going to talk about the 2 main ones that are affecting me and more than likely affecting you, which would be groceries and gas. Let's talk about the groceries first, because what's happening with me anyway is every time I go to the grocery store and I check out, I see the total and I look back at the conveyor belt and my bags and I'm like, what did I just buy for this amount? This doesn't even add up. This looks ridiculous compared to the past. But look, it is what it is, and we've got to figure out how to deal with this situation. And just like anything else, when I'm trying to narrow down how to handle something, I use the Kate method, which is keep focus. So the first thing I'm going to do, the K of the Kate method, I'm going to be like, okay, what do I need to do? I need to figure out how I'm going to pay for groceries. A stands for adjust. There are a couple ways we can adjust to this situation, and I'm going to give you a couple options in a minute with an example that will hopefully be very helpful. I use the T, I track, I budget, I make sure I'm keeping track of what I'm spending, how much is coming in, and that has made all the difference in my life. If you've watched me for 2 seconds ever, I'm a huge fan of tracking so that I know where everything's going. And the E stands for eliminate, which is getting rid of all the things that I can do without. So in the example of dealing with paying for groceries when prices are going up, let's say, for example, you spend $100 a week on groceries, or that's what you have been spending. Now, if your budget is a little flexible, here's one option: bumping up your grocery budget a little bit. So like I said, if you spend $100 a week, and right now, every time you're going through, it's more like $120, $130, maybe give it an extra $25 a week to beef up your grocery budget right now. That's one option if you have wiggle room. So now instead of $100 a week, maybe you're doing $125 a week. So now your monthly budget is roughly $500. That's one option. Now, where's this extra $25 a week going to come from? You could, if again, you have wiggle room, look through your budget and see, where can I pull this from? Do I have a gifting budget that I could pull out of? Maybe I don't have to spend so much on gifts. My entertainment budget, hi buns, Does my entertainment budget have a little wiggle room where I could pull from for a little bit and see how this goes? Find little places in your budget. Again, if you have the wiggle room, where can I direct and focus a little bit money toward groceries for now and skimp a little bit somewhere else so that I can afford the grocery bump? If you are living paycheck to paycheck, which you know on this channel, a goal of ours is almost always to try to get to a place where we're not doing that, which we've talked about in several different videos. If you type in Kate Caden living paycheck to paycheck, I talk about this topic on more than one occasion. However, some budgets are really tight. So say you only have the $100 and that is non-negotiable. You only have $100 to spend on groceries per week. The other option I would encourage you to do is do a grocery audit. Look through your pantry, your freezer, your refrigerator. Is there anywhere that you are being a little wasteful? Are you buying a little extra produce? Are you throwing away any fruit? Are you throwing away any vegetables? Do you have 20 packets of oatmeal you just haven't eaten because you didn't feel like it? Is there anything in your grocery realm that you could utilize so that that week you could not spend money on something? Is there something you could substitute? Instead of having pancakes for breakfast, could you have the oatmeal that's stored up? Instead of having a cut of meat that you would maybe like for dinner, could you do a sandwich night? Things like that where you could choose something different and not have to buy extra. Or say you're used to buying 2 bags of chips every week. Could you subtract 1 bag of chips and maybe ration out your chips just a little bit more? Or just maybe you don't need that many chips and you just buy it out of habit? I would audit your groceries and see where can I not buy or where could I possibly substitute something that I already have so that I can cut back technically because I've got to account for that little bump in pricing. The other option, if you are living paycheck to paycheck and you really don't have the money to bump up this grocery budget, you might have to get a side hustle. You might have to find a way to make a little bit more money. Right now, I don't think it's to the point of like so far out of reach. Right now, it might be a manageable bump. So be looking for opportunities to make a little bit more money. Could you work a little bit of overtime? Could you sell a few things that you don't need? Could you go through your house and find an old cell phone that you haven't sold yet? Clothing, kids' toys, kids' gear. Could you sell everything that you're not using so that you have a little cushion of money to spend on food going forward if that's what you need it for? I know for me personally right now, I'm trying not to overreact. I'm trying not to fly off the handle, trying not to panic about any of this right now, but I am going to take small little actions that add up over time. For heating for the house, I'm going to try to have my heat at a manageable level. I'm going to wear layers. I'm going to wear my hoodies. I'm going to wear my sweatpants around the house. I'm going to wear my slippers. These little things can really add up, as you know. Electricity. I'm going to unplug things I'm not using. I'm going to turn off lights. All stuff that I normally do, but I'm going to stay diligent so that these little things that add up are able to afford me the price bumps that we are experiencing right now. Here's another thing I'm going to do to deal with inflation. I'm not going to buy stuff I don't need. I know that sounds so basic, but around the holidays, we might feel a little bit more of a pull to spend, and I'm just going to do my absolute best to keep that in check and not fill my house with stuff that I don't need and put that money toward things I do need, like food and gas. Let's talk about gas. I am very fortunate that I don't have to drive a lot. My job does not require me to go far. I have purposely always chosen a job that is more close by so that I don't have to have a commute. I do not enjoy a commute for work. I never have, never wanted to. So I don't live too far from where I work. So luckily I don't have to put a lot of mileage on my car and I don't have to fill my gas tank as much. The other huge thing that I always talk about, but I'm going to just reiterate, is batching errands. You don't want to be eating up gas running these one-off errands here and there. Try to batch your errands, especially when things are closer in the same spot. Try to knock them out: post office, bank, groceries, gas, like all in the same area if possible, or if not, just while you're out, so that you don't have to just keep eating up your gas on these one-off trips because you forgot the milk, you forgot this, you forgot that. Oh, I got to go to the post office now. Try to do things on your way to things. It really helps. The other thing I'm going to say about gas, it's not often that I talk about gas. I'm just going to say it one more time. Back to the topic of gas. God, I'm immature. Go less places. I bet you weren't expecting me to say that, but like maybe you cut back on the weekend trips for a little bit right now. If you're really struggling, you know what I'm saying? If this isn't affecting you that much, then, you know, do what you want, of course. But I'm talking about if you're really struggling to pay for things right now and you don't have the money for gas, then don't go for a little bit. Winter is a time of hibernation, people. Winter is a time for streaming a good show on Netflix. It is a time for hot chocolate that you got from the Dollar Tree. But really, if gas is a struggle, go less places temporarily. Or cut back on something else so that you do have your gas money to get where you need to go. You guys know that I am in my budget constantly and I move things. If something cost less than I expected, I take that money and I put it into my savings. Now I do every dollar, right? So it's all digital. So say I am intending to save $500, right? And when I get my electric bill, it's only $50 and I had planned it to be $100. I will take $50 and I will put it in my savings for now. Then later on in the month, I was only thinking that I was going to save $500. I've got an extra $50 for wiggle room and I can move that over to groceries, to gas, to wherever I need it. That's kind of how I operate. Anytime you can save a little extra, I put it in my savings bucket until I need it. And then if I don't need it, boom, more savings. I am refusing to panic. I am insisting on staying calm. And I'm making small little tweaky moves to adjust for this inflation. Being a frugal person, this comes in handy because I'm used to doing this kind of thing anyway. And I'm used to using the Kate method when I'm trying to hit a goal. And that is what I practice every time I'm trying to reach a goal. Even with the savings challenge we just did, I had laser focus on what I wanted to do. And that is how I stayed motivated the whole time to reach that $4,000 goal. And that's not what I set out to do. You guys know I set out for a lot less, but because I was laser focused, I was keeping focus, I was adjusting as I went, I was tracking and eliminating all the stuff I didn't need. That's what helped me get to my goal. If you want more information on the Kate method, I will leave a video at the end of this video so that you can click on that next to get a good feel for how I operate and how I execute my goals every single time using the Kate method, every single time. When we don't have a focus and when we don't have a plan, it's very easy to get overwhelmed. So I systematically do this every single time and I kind of go into automatic mode because I know how to do it and I know how to do it successfully so that I don't feel stressed and I don't feel defeated and I don't feel lost, because that is sometimes people don't know where to start, so they don't start. And I feel like that is key, to have a plan and a method that you can use every time to get the goal that you want. And my life has been changed since I started doing it this way. Now is your turn. Please take a second, go down in the comments and leave one thing that you are going to do to deal with inflation. And we want to read through the comments and see what you're doing so that we can say, maybe I'm going to give that a try. We love to help each other out in this community. And by the way, if you are coming over here from under the median, welcome to the family. You belong here, you are welcome here, and we're so happy to see you. The subscribers on this channel, if you haven't heard yet, are affectionately known as the K Squad, and they have my heart. And now if you are joining us, you are a member of the K Squad also, and we welcome you with open arms. We talk about frugal living, saving money, and budgeting every single Friday. So if that sounds appealing to you, please hit subscribe, please hit the bell so you're notified each time I upload, and smash that like button. It helps get these kinds of videos to more frugal people that want to talk about it every week. After you've left the comment, if you have not gone over to Under the Median yet, now is the time at the end of this video to go check them out. Hit subscribe. You know you're going to love their content. I just want you to know that the vibe that I feel when I watch them, they're such a genuine couple. They are sincere. They want to help others. And they're funny, you guys. Oh my gosh, I laugh so hard sometimes. They're banter together. They're awesome. You're going to love them. So please go over, subscribe, tell them I sent you, and enjoy. Larry and Hope, thank you for having your coffee with me today. Cheers to you, and cheers to the K Squad for being here each week talking about frugal living, saving money, budgeting, all the good stuff. See you next week for a new video, and I will leave you some videos right here to click on next if you're interested in more. Bye guys, see you next time.
Bye, Hope and Larry. Bye, K Squad.